Good morning to all of you out there. Welcome to the program agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran, and thank you for watching us via Cignal TV, channels 8 and 250, particularly on One News PH, your number one news source. And thank you for those who are watching us via facebook.com/One News PH and on YouTube, One News PH, also via Cignal Play app. Maraming salamat po sa PLDT Home Fiber Optic Internet for their continued, reliable, and speedy internet service even out here in Lipa, Batangas, and on an occasion in Pasig. Okay, so today is November 23, 2021. It's a Tuesday, and today we are going to have interesting discussions, particularly for all of you who have cell phones, emails, etc., and are becoming praning or paranoid in English because of all the scams, spams, and intrusions into your privacy. In fact, I just had one this morning where I was suddenly a member of a group chat that I never even applied for. So, ayan po, pag-uusapan natin yan with the representative from Smart Communications and from the chairperson of the Privacy Commission, Mon Liboro. But before we do that, let's go to our daily starter. The blessing of the Lord makes a person rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. From Proverbs 10, verse 22. Okay, let me just qualify this. Many people always associate the word rich with material wealth. Okay, hindi po lahat ng yaman at kayamanan sa buhay, not all the riches or wealth in life is in the form of material things, cash, jewelry, property, etc. You could be rich in health. You could be wealthy in the number of really good friends. You could be fortunate because of a job you are happy in. Now, I am using or quoting this particular Bible verse to guide some of you out there who may be deliberating, hesitating, or asking, okay, galing ba sa Diyos ito? Is this from God? Or is this going to be a problem? Because when things happen and just fluidly, ibang walang sabit, walang hassle, more often than not, chances it is God-given. Like yung mga bakasyon, for instance. I remember before COVID-19 happened, in 2019 December, I remember going on a unplanned, unexpected road trip with some friends from the church, and we were just kind of talking online, exchanging notes and saying, wouldn't it be nice to go to Boracay or go on a road trip? But we were all saying, it's going to be a long shot. That's going to be complicated because it's already the week before Christmas. And we said, well, let's pray and maybe, God will give us a blessing. True enough, within 24 hours, we were able to book hotel, book Roro, book everything, plan everything. And that was the best and last road trip we had before COVID-19. We spent Christmas in Boracay, and it was, to my mind, a gift from God that enriched our lives and kind of built us up before COVID-19 hit the entire world. So I just want to encourage everyone that the blessings of the Lord makes a person rich and he adds no sorrow to it. And kung meron namang mga marami kang ari-arian or you have a lot of stuff but they cause you headache, maybe it is time to scale down, reduce, and ask the Lord for wisdom and guidance so that things will be a blessing and not a burden. So from Proverbs 10:20-22. Now, let's go to the front page of the Philippine Star. And the headline for today, November 23, 2021, the time is 8:06 a.m. The Philippine National Police background probe on cocaine bet underway. For those of you who are wondering what this is all about, President Rodrigo Duterte has made several references, comments, accusations regarding a presidential candidate who he called or referred to as a cocaine user or as a cokehead. In response, the new chief of the Philippine National Police, General Leonardo Carlos, has seen it fit or perhaps politically astute to undertake the necessary background probe on the alleged cocaine presidentiable, and no less than the Drug Enforcement Group of the PNP and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency will take the lead or will cooperate in doing the investigation or background check kung may batayan nga pa ito. I would just like to suggest to the PNP, please review the contents of the term probable cause. Meron ba talagang probable cause? Meron bang valid witness and testimony? Meron bang documentary or physical evidence to support the accusation and allegation regardless of whether it was made by one tamad or the President of the Republic? Not to mention statutes of limitation. Kasi, nako po, more than 40 years na yata yung pinatuturingan na yun. Anyway, that's the headline of the Philippine Star. And now let's go to the header. Top of the newspaper, House OK's one-year extension of 2021 budget. Now, some of you may be confused because just the other day we read the news article where the Senate promised that they will pass the 2022 proposed budget for government. So why is the Congress or the lower house now talking about or approving a one-year extension of the 2021 budget? This is what some of us would refer to as a carryover. Okay, bakit kanyo? Well, because at the end of the year, December 31, 2021, all unused portions of the approved national budget for whatever they were intended for have to return to the general appropriations or to the national government. Kasi hindi mo nagastos, ibalik mo. Okay, return to sender. However, this move of Congress is a strategic, tactical, and practical move because by approving a one-year extension of the 2021 budget, we are not talking about 2022, the 2021 budget to be extended up to 2022, anything and everything that has been funded for in terms of local projects will continue to be funded. Kumbaga, hindi mapipigil, they won't be stopped, they won't have to be suspended or new appropriations required. In other words, the local projects will continue to be seen by the voters of the congressmen in their respective political district. Yun yung tinatawag na funding your own interests. Anyway, let's go now to the rest of the news. Okay, is it 18 private schools begin in-person classes? The original report was that 20 private schools would participate, but now it is down to 18 because two schools, universities, stated that their academic year is not aligned with the academic year of the 18 other schools. So sila ay nag-drop out. Nonetheless, the 18 original listed schools have started and will be watched and monitored until the end of the year to determine whether or not there will be infections or problems with COVID or health protocols. Now, the question here is, will the health protocols that are being strictly observed in these pilot classes, can we or can the DepEd, the CHED, actually implement them on a bigger scale? We will see. Let's now go back to the front page of the Philippine Star. Excuse me. And we have the tally of Philippine cases down to 984. Thank you, Lord. Okay. But the problem is the deaths continue to be triple digit. 218 died from COVID-19 yesterday, November 22. So please be aware that as far as the DOH is concerned, there is still the concern of unvaccinated individuals landing in the list of severe critical COVID cases. So yun po, no? Our tally, 984, number of deaths, 218, recoveries, 2,229, etc., etc. Let's now go on with the front page. Seniors and immunocompromised individuals can get the third shot anywhere according to the Department of Health. Kung kayo po ay senior, if you are 60 and above, if you have immunocompromised, if you are immunocompromised, your comorbidity, you are now qualified to have your third dose of the COVID vaccine anywhere you can get it. Okay? Which is good. Kasi kung kayo po ay biglang nagbakasyon at may nag-open up dyan sa probinsya or wherever you are, all you need to do is present your vaccination card and a valid government ID or a valid ID period. And you will now be qualified for the third dose. Okay, kasi marami po ang nagtatanong niyan, kailangan pa bang bumalik doon sa pinanggalingan for the first two doses for the third dose? Anywhere na po, which makes it very practical. Thank you very much, Department of Health. Excuse me. And Austria imposes nationwide lockdown. Okay. The Austrian Chancellor Alexander Schallenberg recently declared a nationwide lockdown in Austria that will last for 10 to 20 days. Naku, short time lang yan. Maikli lang yan. However, in Austria, people were up in arms. Even the police and the military, some military personnel joined protests because apparently the earlier notion was that those who were vaccinated would not be included in the lockdown. However, the chancellor apologetically declared that everyone has to be under lockdown because there have spiraling cases of COVID and their ICU facilities are fast filling up and the number of deaths in their country have tripled in the past weeks. So malala po at doon hindi sila sanay ng ganong karami ang namamatay. Now, going back to the front page, in a summit with Xi Jinping, President Duterte expressed how he abhors the Ayungin incident. Ewan ko kung paano ba yung sa Tagalog yan. Ano yan? Kinamumuhian? Kinamumuhian ba? O kinasusuklam yung nangyari, okay? The president said they abhorred what happened with the Philippine supply boat being attacked by the China Coast Guard vessel with water cannons, and stated that this is not the way things should be done. Okay. Abhor. Ayun, hanggang abhor na lang tayo. Okay, and the president also pointed out, this is not how things are done among friends. Ha? Ewan ko ba? Ganun ba ang friends? Pagpasok mo sa sarili mong teritoryo, iba na may-ari. Okay, let's continue. FLAG, the Free Legal Assistance Group, asked the International Criminal Court to lift the suspension on the Philippine probe. The FLAG officials appealed to the International Criminal Court not to stop their investigation on the basis of a deferment or request by the Department of Justice of the Philippines, simply because they claim to already be investigating numerous cases of extrajudicial killing or violation of protocols in the arrest of drug suspects. According to the FLAG, this is all a decoy. Kumbaga, pakana or this is not reliable because it is just for show. Anyway, hintayin na lang natin kung ano ang gagawin ng ICC. Last but not the least, we have a photo of Brigadang Ayala Kaakay feeding residents of Metro Manila, and their target is to give 500,000 relief packs or food packs to 500,000 Metro residents. Okay, in various locations in Metro Manila. Okay, so yan po, congratulations to the Ayala groups, and we hope na pamarisan kayo. May others join you. There you go. That's the photo. It's a weekly food distribution program to benefit 10,000 families in the in Metro Manila. Yan po yung Ayala Foundation President Ruel Maranan. And let's just wish them all the best. Okay, now today, as I mentioned earlier, we will interview the chairperson of the National Privacy Commission, and after that we will have the representative from SMART to talk about all of these scams, spams, phishing, and ewan ko na, ang dami ng shing-shing. Let's bring in Chairman Raymund Liboro, Chairman of the National Privacy Commission. Chairman Liboro, good morning to you, sir. Okay. I just hope hindi rin
Medyo ano
siya
ba?
na.
Ayan.
Okay, let's go,
Ayan.
let's go. There we go, Chairman Liboro. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Cito, and good morning to the viewers. Thank you
Okay.
for inviting me.
Well, thank you for joining us. And last time that you and I had a conversation, we were talking about all the scams, spams, SIM cards, etc. And from that, the next thing that I read about is the industry, or members of the banking industry are now pushing for the registration of mobile phones or SIM cards. Parang sabi ko, teka, bakit pinapakialaman ng mga bangko yung problema ng telco? Yung bangko, marami rin silang problema that they are not being very transparent about. Chairman Liboro.
Well, let me tackle yung sinabi mo no, about banks suggesting that. But I guess the biggest problem is establishing the identity or trusting yung mga tumatawag sa iyo or nagte-text sa iyo Sito, no? Kasi yan ano, yan ang uh, 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 pag hindi mo pinagtitiwalaan no, yung tumatawag at hindi mapagtitiwalaan no, doon nagsisimula nga doon ka mai-scam, doon ka masiswindle at doon ka mabibiktima ng fraud no, but that is only one or probably one option that we could explore no, SIM card registration. But going to the crux no of why dito sa invitation mo really is about the spate no of uh, s- uh, spam messages or tinalakay na natin to before no, smishing or SMS phishing na that has really increased over the past few days no, and I believe marami sa mga kababayan po natin, even probably ikaw no, at yung mga staff mo have been getting these messages about recruiting no, recruitment for a particular online store or mag-earn ka ng mga commission, and they have also in fact ayan no, may mga nag-hire daw sila no. So let me take this opportunity Sito, to tell the public now this is a scam, a swindle and a fraud. And this is again ano, pinagsama-sama na ito Sito no. They're out to get money from you in real time Sito, in real time. So this is again a warning to everyone. Yang sinasabi diyan yung SM Mall na yan ano. Itong scam na ito this is an elaborate scam by an organized global syndicate Sito. Right? So let me just again post this warning, and I have summoned the data protection officers of the telcos, and we'll be meeting to discuss this. They have also done their research on this, no, their own investigation, and we'll be consolidating that. But in all indications, again, this is a scam, a swindle, and a fraud. So lahat po, beware ho tayo dito. Do not click pag meron hong nakuha niya, lalo na yung finlash mo na yun, Sito. They will lead you to a WhatsApp site, and they will, dalawa na to, no? Sito, yung sinasabi mo nga, yung pinagsama-sama na, ang MO nito, halo-halo na. May text lang, merong phishing, voice phishing, may kausap kang tao. Alright? At yung taong yon sasabihin, ire-recruit ka kunwari no sa isang trabaho na magpapalakas daw, magbo-boost ng sales no ng isang online store, right? At kailangan mong mag-advance ng placement para maka-earn ka ng commission. Yan mismo pinapakita mo.
Yeah.
Right? SM Mall daw, which is of course they're just using a very well-known brand here in the Philippines.
Well, I actually came across several last week that, first was SM. Actually, ang SM, mga 3 weeks ago pa yan. And recently, pati yung Shopee, ginagamit na nila na nagre-recruit din sila, etc.
That's the MO, no? Yan yung modus operandi, Sito.
Okay.
They would ask yung victims no to help these merchants boost performance or yung mga sales po nila. But they would require ngayon itong mga victims to register in their platform. So I'm sinasabi ko nga, this is an elaborate scam.
Yeah.
They're using a lot of domains. They're using a lot of IPs. This is not unique in the Philippines, right? They're also doing it in other countries like in India, Malaysia, and I believe Taiwan.
But Chairman,
So,
how are they getting our numbers? Kasi last week, there was this allegation or suspicion na baka lahat itong mga contact tracing apps na ito and this requirement of registration of our contact sa mga malls, sa mga hardwares, etc. Maybe the source of how these criminals are able to reach us. Kasi yung iba naman sa atin, parang, hello, paano nyo nakuha yung number ko?
yes, that's a concern, but our recent findings dito, Sito,
Mhm.
There's no evidence to prove no na this was harvested uh, from contact tracing forms or health declaration forms, because this is a
Mhm.
wholesale use no of a particular, probably a database. There are so
Yeah.
many sources now of our phone numbers, um, uh, probably from websites or databases that have been hacked before, but we are
Mhm.
already scouring the dark web to see if there are, there's been selling or just some activity in marketing Filipino mobile numbers of Filipinos. Marami na kasing sources, Sito, no?
Yeah.
Tayo rin mismo, no? We might have signed up to a website na, na-click lang tayo, we agree, hindi naman natin binasa, pero nandun pala, no? They're making your phone number public. And now,
Mhm.
they'll just scrape it, no, from this website. So there are so many sources. Our current evidence point that these are not coming from contact tracing forms or health declaration forms. Sobrang
Yeah.
para gawin nila yon Sito, no? They have to input it, no? Dalawa lang naman, it's manual and digital. Our digital contact tracing, are I think are very robust. But yung manual, even they have to do it manually. This is this is again a very elaborate, a well laid out scam, swindle, and a fraud by an
Yeah.
organized global syndicate.
Okay,
Right? They
that
will not
one
go the extent of
yeah.
iisa-isahin yung mga contact tracing forms natin. Hindi.
Okay, yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina, yung global scam. Now on the local level, some people have complained of this incessant and continuing deluge of mga offers, mga real estate, mga products na hindi scam, legitimate
Correct.
offers pero unsolicited offers. Now, where is the problem? Is it because there is no law that makes this illegal? For vendors to make unsolicited offer? Do we need a law, or does the Privacy Commission have the power to declare that to all real estate agents or to telcos, for instance?
Well, again, the rule under the Privacy Act is very clear with controllers, meaning our real estate real estate companies, no, even yung mga online markets, they have data protection officers, and they're implementing privacy policies within their organizations. They know, no, the bounds, the extent of what is lawful and fair
Mm.
for consumers. So pag ho tayo nakakatanggap no ng isang mensahe, ay hindi po rin kaagad no na halimbawa no bakit mo hindi rin po kaagad nating maaring sabihin no na ito ay ini-scam ka, or bakit ka nakakatanggap. Again, maaring umoo ka no sa isang nagbigay ka ng number mo,
Yeah.
maaring yun na nagagamit, no. But
The-
again, these are the things no that we investigate, and you have a right to complain. You have a right to tell them, wag take me out of your
Yeah, but
database,
you know,
and then you can
Chairman,
complain.
puputi ang buhok ko, kaka-complain, kakatawag, kaka-object, no? I mean, can the government or Congress not simply come up with a law na this is illegal unless someone asks? You are not allowed to use the telco for kasi ang hindi naman yung mga big realtors or land developers ang problema mo. Ang problema natin yung mga independent agents, yung mga nag-aahente na kung saan-saan namumulot ng number. Do we
Yeah.
actually have a law na bawal yan?
Yes, again, no, pag hindi po ito pumasok sa meaning lawful criteria for processing personal data, yan po ay violation ng Data Privacy Act, no. Kaya lang aksito, no, hindi lang naman
Mm.
kasi consent, no, ang criteria, no, para mag-process ng personal data itong mga marketeers, no.
Mm.
It could be legitimate interest, no. For example, ikaw po ay nasa bangko, no, at meron kang maaring tinanong ka ng bangko, no, ng bangko mo, okay
Mm.
ka bang tumanggap sa amin ng marketing mga promo, no, at
Mm.
maaring umuo ka doon, no, kaya ka
Mm.
nakakatanggap. So but again, natatanong mo, no, ano ba yung possible intervention diyan? Meron na po tayong batas, no, na pinasa sa lower house, yung po nga do not call registry, right, where a subscriber can actually declare na hindi ayaw kong tumanggap, no, ng hindi ng tawag na hindi ko otorisado, and
Mm.
that could fall under that. No? You do not call registry. This is being practiced in Singapore, for example, and even Spain,
Yeah.
right? And itong bagay na ito. Other meron din no, and there are other options, no, that we're looking into. Another
Such
one is called
as.
as a call attestation,
Hmm?
Sito. Meaning, parang itong caller ID, no? Kapag tumawag sa iyo, alam mo ngayon, the telcos can attest kung ito ba ay postpaid or prepaid. So
Mhm.
halimbawa, ito mga scammer na ito na hindi maa-attest, meaning hindi sila postpaid o gumagamit ng mga prepaid, malalaman mo no doon pa lang, no, tumatawag nagte-text sa iyo,
Kumbaga
tumatawag
sa
sa iyo.
Viber, parang sa Viber merong warning na this person is not in your contact list.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Correct. This is again ito na mga variations of approaches. Now, when you do call attestation, no, may kumbaga may different stages 'yan, right?
Mhm.
So you don't need to mandate SIM card registration and let the market dictate who would want to be attested. Then mag-register sila ng SIM nila. If you're into marketing, then or if you're into active ka, no, you do online calling and businesses, so maliwanag, no, so at least the telcos can attest if you have if they can trace you
What
back.
what
Yeah.
about on the part of telcos? Because someone has suggested or inquired, don't the telcos have apps that will filter spams and scams? Because based on on the visuals that you and I just saw here on agenda, klaro yung format ng mga spam,
Correct.
etc. Recruitment ito na unsolicited recruitment. Are you, since you are planning or you are scheduled to speak with the telcos, are you going to bring up this point na the telcos need to implement or come up with apps that will filter all of these messages?
Definitely, Sito, no, tomorrow we would like to hear, no, ano bang ginagawa nila, no, ano bang features
Mhm.
nila, no, to prevent scam. And by the way, right, itong scam, yung spam, no, is actually prohibited, no, by NTC circulars. Yan po ay pinagbabawal. I think yung
Mhm.
challenge ng mga telcos is that they don't read the content, di ba? Hindi nila
Yes.
nalalaman yon kung ano ba ang ano yung lalo na sa SMS, kung ano ba yung content ng pinapadala, right? And right
Yeah.
now, we want to know if there are already no technologies that is actually bypassing this telco, monitoring kung bakit sila nakakapagdala. Now they're already talking about software-defined radio. Again,
Yeah,
new
because
technologies, no, that
when
sort
you,
of bypasses. Yeah,
yeah, but when you think about source, kahit source lang, parang eleksyon, di ba, source code. Pag nakita mo na, okay, these messages are emanating from this particular mobile
yes.
number, region, blah, 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 that's already a profile, and the telcos can easily block that.
They're actually doing that, Sito. They're actually doing that. But yun nga, yung race against time. Yun yung
Mm-hmm.
gusto natin ngayon because the criminals have become more more creative sila. As I mentioned, itong modus na ginagawa nila ngayon, Sito, it's actually real time scamming, no? They will get money from you in real time. They will
Mm-hmm.
ask you to deposit, then by the time na mag-complain ka, marami na scam. So
Mm-hmm.
we really have to be ahead of the game, so to speak. That's why we will be discussing this with the telcos. What are the measures that they have put up? What could be done still, no,
Have we,
just to be ahead
yeah,
of these
have we
criminals.
determined what countries these scammers are coming from?
Well, reports no from the mga IT community natin, no. Alam mo, since yesterday, 2 days ago, no, we've been asking then, no, yung mga IT experts natin, ano.
Mm-hmm.
They said that this has been reported in India, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Singapore, right? So this is not unique to the
Mm.
Philippines,
No,
right?
and
And
it's hard
yeah,
to imagine that, scammers would have a nest in Singapore of all places kasi mahigpit ang Singapore. So this is probably all electronically or digitally
that's correct.
bounce all over the place,
That's
emanating from
correct.
somewhere.
So
Okay.
that's correct. So your thought process is really correct, Sito. What are the technical interventions that we can do? What are
Mhm.
the policy interventions, if ever,
Chairman,
that we can propose?
yeah, pasensya ka na kasi I don't have the power of the National Privacy Commission like you do. So, ano na lang, kumbaga no, sinusulsulo na lang kita, no? But
Oh yeah,
Facebook, no? Facebook, I have seen malicious content on Facebook, particularly sa marketplace. And report kami ng report, pero ang take-up time ng Facebook Philippines in filtering or blocking malicious content or sexualized content in their marketplace ads is so slow it takes weeks. Are you scheduled to meet up with Facebook as
correct.
well? Kasi natatakot ako baka pagdating na ng
That's
eleksyon, yung murahan at bastusan.
that's correct. Yeah. Sito, by the way, yes, we just issued our advisory on election activities in relation to the processing of personal data.
Mm.
And they are considered itong mga social network services or information society service providers like Facebook, kasama po no, doon sa mga actors no, that is covered by the by our guidelines. So
Mm.
definitely we will be calling them up soon. Host of host of topics kasama yan. But basically, the aim no, is to improve yung response ng Facebook when it comes to these complaints,
Okay,
right? You're talking about weeks, but there have been instances no, that it takes them months to determine. Now, yeah, of course, they're trying to be diligent about it, but we really have to come up with ways no, of responding
Are
quicker
there
from
ways
valid
or do
concerns.
you have tools or whatever that gives you the power to penalize Facebook for not being diligent in their responsibility? Kasi mukhang abroad puro multa na ang inaabot nila, kaliwa na ang mga multa na binabanatan sila because of failure to address certain issues or competitiveness.
Yes, we did issue them compliance order before. We can do it again. And pag yun ang hindi nila sinunod, no, they can be cited for contempt. For example, we ordered them before to have a permanent officer station, tunay na tao, no, hindi lang robot ang
Mhm.
kausap, at ginawa din po nila yun. So dito, itong mga sinasabi nga natin, Sito, no, lahat po yan sasabihin natin sa kanila, at titingnan din natin no yung tugon nila dito with Facebook. No? So in dealing with them, we have issued compliance orders before which they followed. So we don't see any reason no kung bakit isusuwayin nila ito, or kung
Mhm.
meron man silang dahilan dito, then would like to hear that from them ano kung
Okay,
bakit
last
hindi nila
question,
magagawa.
Chairman. Last question. May nagtatanong dito. Yun daw, sorry na, parang I just picked it up in passing. The question is here, yung nag-order daw sa Metromart ng 100,000 pesos worth of goods and china-charge sa Office of the Vice President. Sakop ba ninyo yun? I mean, who's in charge of scams like that?
Well, again, marami pong lalo niya electronic pag gumamit na po ng electronic equipment po or computer,
Mm.
nagfo-fall na ho yan no sa Cybercrime Prevention Act. No, we have the Department of Justice, the PNP, na yan din po so we have a trifecta of laws already in place. You have the
Mhm.
Cybercrime Prevention Act, the Data Privacy Act, also in the creation of the DICT that also created no the Cybercrime Investigation Coordinating Center. So yan po pumapasok po yan no they can actually complain no to the NBI that falls, I think, squarely as a violation of the cybercrime. It's a very direct scam no?
Okay. Well,
using computers and mobile
I'm
phones.
going to really look forward to your updates in the future, Chairman Liboro, and thank you for continuing to
But
to
yeah, and
consistently do a good job.
yes, Sito, let me
Yeah.
just again issue this warning to the public, no, the
Mm.
unsuspecting public. Again, if you get these messages, nagre-recruit ng trabaho, i-hire daw kayo ng Shopee, ng Lazada, ng SM Mall, do not entertain, no, this text messages. Just block them, and wag nyo na ho silang i-entertain. Nga, sinabi ko pa, mayroon pang isa nga, hindi lang po yung pong minsan may kausap kayo mismo, no, hihingan kayo ng bank details po ninyo. Wag na wag po kayo magbibigay ng inyong bank details sa telepono. Dahil susunod ho dyan, mabablock na ho kayo ng sarili. They will take over your account at lilimasin ho ang inyong mga bank accounts po. So
By
never
the way,
provide your personal information to
yeah,
strangers, and do not entertain any questions or surveys or anything from those that na hindi
yeah.
po hindi nyo kilala.
Chairman, pahabol lang. So I completely slipped my mind. What about the banks? Are you in talks with the banks? Because it seems that they're the only ones who are not in the circle of wagons. Kumbaga, what are they doing as far as crime prevention is concerned?
Yes, Sito, definitely, no, they're within the ambit, no, of itong
Mhm.
sinasabi nga natin. Incidentally, we also called on the data protection officers, for example, of the retail, itong mga retail, Lazada and Shopee, to also, para makita na, these are adjacent businesses, di ba yung tinatawag ng
Mm.
mga natin, no? Adjacent businesses po ito, surrounding yung paggamit po ng mobile. So definitely, we continue to work with them. We've done, campaigns against phishing. But this time, no, again, with the sophistication now being shown, no, by these criminals, we have to come up, with a broader front, no, to combat this. So definitely
Okay.
they will be in the circle.
Thank you very much, Chairman
Thank you, Sito.
Liboro. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, yan po si Chairman Raymund Liboro, Chairman of the National Privacy Commission, and wag po kayong mag-alala. Talagang nanggigigil si Chairman dyan sa mga scammers, spammers, phishing, and whatever shing. Ha? Hindi, wala lang lashing. Okay, let's go for a quick break, and when we return, let's speak with the representative of Smart Telecoms Philippines, Angel Redoble. We will be right back here on Agenda. Okay, welcome back to the program Agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran. A shout out to those of you na interesado sa pagbababoy. You can watch us on the Alagang Bimeg online seminar this afternoon when we talk about the pork and hog industry. Okay, in the meantime, let's continue with our program. Next up, we have a former senior consultant at Indra Sistemas, leading cybersecurity projects in Spain, current chairman and founding president of the Philippine Institute of Cybersecurity Professionals, and chairman MVP Group Cybersecurity Council, none other than the Chief Information Security Officer, PLDT Group Smart Communications, Angel Redoble. Good morning, Sir Angel.
Good morning, Mr. Cito. Good morning.
Okay, Angel, updates na lang because I know that Smart Telecom has been posting and making numerous announcements recently about scammers at saka yung mga nanggugulo sa telco. I'd like to give you the opportunity and all the time that we have left on the program to at least educate, inform our viewers. Go ahead, Sir Angel.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Cito. If I may focus no, on this SMS spamming that's been going on since a week ago. For the part of Smart, we have started blocking using keywords and using mobile numbers that were used for this kind of spamming activities. No, and yesterday, our team in cybersecurity engaged two of these scammers. Yung dalawang sources na natanggap natin na scam SMS. So we engaged these scammers and we followed through the instruction. No? So this is not a regular phishing campaign wherein a user is asked to click on a link and then asked to supply his username and password and then steal the credentials. This one is real time. No, meron kang makakausap na tao. Once you click on the link sent through the SMS, mapupunta ka sa WhatsApp at mayroong kakausap sa iyo na tao doon. So different offerings ng job, no? Sasabihin meron silang hiring and ranging from 500 to 10,000 salary per day, no? And then once you are in the WhatsApp engaged with this scammer, they will ask you to click on the link where their platform, no, and then you will be asked to create an account. Meron silang online platform, and then after creating an account, you will be asked to enroll your payment account. No, merong isang specific na mobile payment account na pinapa-enroll nila. And then you will be asked to deposit 200 pesos kasi magkakaroon ka ng commission na ang iba 60 pesos, ang iba 90 pesos, no? So we tried that and true enough yung ginamit natin na account, yung 200 pesos niya naging 290 pesos and 260 pesos because we engaged two scammers, no? And then after that, meron ka na naman ulit tasking. And then you need to yung tinatawag nilang top up, no? Kailangan maglagay ka ulit ng 500 pesos kasi may commission ka daw doon na this much. Up to the point where naglagay ka na ng maraming pera, hindi ka na pwedeng mag-withdraw. Sasabihin sa'yo, hindi ka pwedeng mag-withdraw ngayon. Kailangan muna, magbigay ka muna ng another 15,000 pesos. Kasi nakalock na yung nakalock na yung account mo. So, with that exercise, we were able to discover almost 40 domains, no, that is being used in this scamming, and we have blocked that already in our system. So even if may subscribers tayo sa Smart na mag-click on that link, hindi na siya makakapunta doon because it's already blocked in our system. And we also have identified IP addresses that are involved in this scam, and we are already blocking that in our system also. So yun yung napansin natin dito sa scamming na to. This is well organized, no? Well organized kasi yung isang kausap natin ang IP address niya from one country, yung ibang kausap naman natin from other countries. But they are using the same platform. No? Different domains, you go to the same platform. So up to the point na hindi mo na makuha yung pera mo, para nga itong digital pyramiding na
Yes.
bigay ng pera tapos hindi mo na ma-withdraw, no? So yun ang natin. So we have 4 layers, we've done 4 layers of blocking already. So first nung nag-umpisa itong yung sa mga keywords. Ang problema sa keywords, yung mga fraudsters can change the keywords, no? So parang naghahabol tayo sa mga bagong keywords. And then pagkatapos ng keywords, we block also the source of numbers.
Yeah.
Itong mga mobile numbers naman, they can change, no? In
Yes.
fact, yung yung fraud group namin, they are blocking 400 to 500 mobile numbers per day that is involved sa spamming and scamming. So the third layer natin are the domains ngayon na na binablock natin. So itong domains, hindi ito ganito kadali because they have to register new domain. Although, hindi din ganun kahirap mag-register ng bagong domains. But the ultimate part of the blocking is the IP address. Kasi if they change domains and using the same IP address, then it will still be blocked in our network. So that's our update today, Cito.
Okay, now, Sir Angel, ang tanong, is this a digital syndicate? 'Di ba? Kasi 'di ba pag nakakapanood tayo ng mga detective spy thing, sinasabi it was bounced from this tower to that tower, etc. Or is this really an international syndicate like the mafia, yakuza, or whatever?
Actually, sa panahon ngayon, Sito, sa pagdating sa cybercrime, hindi na natin masabi kung ito ay local group or ito ay international group, and whether this is a cyber criminal group engaged into cybercrime, no? Because it can be done by anybody. It can be done by any group, and since that year where the cyber criminal community realized that there's more money in committing crimes online and less risk for them to be captured. So we have seen also syndicates that really created their own supply chain, no? As early as 2011, Sito, meron nang nagpo-provide ng training on how to operate a how to do cybercrime operation online. Meron ganyan. And before, Sito, yung mga magagaling sa hacking, yung magaling gumawa ng scripts, no? Ng mga hacking scripts, they sell their own scripts before. But since few years ago, mayroon ng nag-aalok. Kung ikaw, you are into creating hacking scripts, aalokin ka ngayon. Gumawa ka na lang ng gumawa, we will pay you. Hindi mo na kailangan ibenta, kami ang magbebenta. So, meron tayong tinatawag dito since many years back, cybercrime to cybercrime market. Yung mga cyber criminals, bibili na lang sila sa ibang cyber criminals. Like for this kind of platform.
Yan yung sinasabi nilang dark web.
Yan yung sinasabi nilang dark web, but it can also be operated on outside of the dark web, which is the legal network.
Okay. Now, Sir Angel, how is it kasi may nagsabi sa akin na Smart Telecoms has managed to mount up a defense or a strategy against spam, SIM card scams, etc. way before all of this became a big problem as it is now. Ano bang ginawa? What did Smart do para ma-counter na kagad years before? Bakit kayo hindi masyadong nasusunog o naapektuhan?
Well, mainly ito, no, in 2018, in 2017, we launched our cyber threat intelligence operations. Itong cyber threat intelligence operations, ang token nito is to identify threats and scamming websites, phishing websites are one of the threats that we identify in advance. And we also pay. Meron tayong commercially available sources that we pay, and we also have open sources, no? So right now, Sito, we have in our database more than 200 millions what we call indicators of compromise. So before that this specific threat arrives in the Philippines and to victimize our subscribers in our infrastructure, na-block na natin ito, no? Ito 'yon. So kasama dito, Sito, yung scamming sites, phishing sites, and on the SIM swap site, as early as 2018, last quarter of 2018, itong Cyber Threat Intelligence Operations Unit natin, they already flagged from other countries yung problema ng SIM swap, yung mga nabibiktima ng SIM swap. So kami naman dito, we sat down and discussed paano ba ginagawa yung SIM swap. So we do not implement our countermeasures based on the defensive capability. We base it on the offensive capability. Na paano ba ito ginagawa? So we map it out kung paano ginagawa, and then we engage our business group, and then we engage our IT and network group, and then we put together a countermeasure. Kaya in 2019 nakapag nag-implement na kami ng countermeasure sa SIM swapping. Dalawang SIM swapping Sito eh. SIM swapping na automated, yung ikaw mismong mag-change ng SIM mo, at saka yung SIM swap na pupunta ka sa store, no, na mag-change ka ng SIM. So yon, it's both physical and technology centric kind of activity. So hindi pwede din na cybersecurity lang. Kaya we involve everyone para magkaroon ng end-to-end na countermeasure. And true enough, since 2019 wala pa tayong ng
In other words, inunahan nyo na. You did not
Correct.
wait for the problem to come to the Philippines.
Exactly.
Because that's what I have been teaching many of my students. If you want to see what your problem is going to be next year, go to similar countries who had this
Yes.
problem 5 years ago
That's
and prepare for it. So that's what you did. So I suppose sa mga smart outlets, kailangan na yung mga photo capture of clients. Do you do the fingerprint biometrics requirements as well?
I have no direct information dun sa biometrics, but dun sa mga stores natin just last month, no, when we met to assess again, kasi we do constant assessment on our security implementations. So yung mga stores natin implemented added 2 more process pa on top doon sa manghingi ka lang ng ID, titingnan mo lang yung picture. So meron silang inad na 2 pang proseso, which is a new process to prevent yung nakita natin na fraud last month.
Okay. Okay. Now, ito may request. Paano ba raw makakaiwas sa mga subscribers or mobile users sa mga scams?
Okay, ang lagi kong sinasabi is you need to be paranoid always, no? Number 1, be paranoid. In anything that you receive, SMS, emails or calls, you need to be paranoid and do not click right away. Do not click anything. Katulad nitong spam na to, ang dami naming advisory nito when this came out eh. Madami advisory sa social media, may din tayong advisory sa websites natin, etc. So para sa mga users, kung ano man yung mga ino-offer, no, sa SMS, ano man yung ino-offer sa emails, kung hinihingan ka man ng information, no, personal or confidential, any confidential information, be paranoid and don't click right away. Kailangan mong kailangan mo munang mag-research. Marami kang makikita sa social media at saka kung mag-Google ka, makikita mo kaagad itong mga spam na ito, no? Sa ating mga advisories. Kasi kami we work closely with our PA and everyone else in the organization, and every time nakakita tayo ng, for example, mayroong phishing campaign, nilalabas agad natin yan na advisory ng ating corporate communication. So,
Okay.
number 1 is just be paranoid. Be paranoid always.
Okay, pareho tayo. Ako, praning ako talaga ever since. Well, anyway, Sir Angel, thank you very much. And I do hope you will, on your own, no, please reach out. Let us know if there are new things you want to discuss with us. Kasi here on Agenda, we want for our viewers to be well informed and be able to protect themselves. Thank you for all the input you gave us and very valuable information. Sir Angel Redoble, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you and good morning.
Okay, that's Sir Angel Redoble, Chief Information Security Officer, PLDT Group and Smart Communications. And finally, I leave you with the week's blessing. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who finds great delight in his commands. His children will be mighty in the land. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches are in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. From the book of Psalms 112. God bless all of you. Thank you for joining us here on Agenda. Please keep it here on One News PH.